Hello guys, in this video I'm going to discuss about two important topics that are in web technology, that are CSS and the forms. So now we will see one by one. First we will see CSS. So CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. Mainly the CSS is used for the presentation of HTML. It is a style sheet language which is used to describe the look and the formatting of the document written in the markup language. It provides an additional features to HTML. It is generally used with HTML to change the styles of web pages and user interfaces. CSS is used along with the HTML and JavaScript in most websites to create user interfaces for web applications and user interfaces for many mobile applications. Mainly the CSS is used for the presentation of HTML. By using CSS we can change any background or any background textiles, animations, we can do anything. So now we will see CSS syntax. You can see this is the syntax of the CSS. There are mainly CSS rules set contains two parts, selector and declaration block. The selector indicates the HTML element you want to style. It could be any tag like h1, title and body and paragraph, etc. So this is the selector. Here in this example h1 is the selector. Then the declaration block can contain one or more declarations separated by semicolon. So in this example this is the declaration block. Color yellow, font size, this is the declaration block. The declaration block can be further divided into two types. First one is property and second one is the value. Each declaration contains property name and value. The property is a type of attribute of HTML element. It could be a color, border and etc. So in this example the property is color and the values are assigned to CSS properties. In above example value yellow is assigned to the color property. So this is a property we want to add or change, and what we should give. Yellow, we can change the color yellow, black, anything you want to give. And this is the and followed by semicolon, and the next one is font size and 11. I increased it, I can change 11 pixels, we can change 10 pixels, anything you want. This is how we can declare a CSS using in HTML. Now we will see how to add CSS. CSS is added to HTML pages to format the document according to the information in the style sheets. There are three ways to insert CSS in HTML documents. There are namely inline CSS, internal CSS and external CSS. We will discuss one by one. So first one is inline CSS. The inline CSS is also a method to insert style sheets in HTML document. This method mitigates some advantages of style sheets, so it is advised to use this method. If you want to use inline CSS, you should use the style attribute to the relevant tag. For example, you can use HTML, you can use style attribute in the HTML tag itself. See, you can see in this example, the h2 is a HTML tag and style attribute is used, followed by equals and color property and the value and semicolon. In this way we can use inline CSS in the HTML. So move on to next one, internal CSS. Internal style sheet is used to add a unique style for a single document. It is defined in head section of the HTML page inside the style tag. Then the third one is external CSS. The external style sheet is generally used when you want to make changes on the multiple pages. It is deal for this condition because it facilitates you to change the look of the entire website by changing just one file. It is used uses the link tag for every page, and the link tag should be put inside the head section. It will external CSS will be saved as external additional page that is extended in .css name. Then we move on to the forms. An HTML form is a section of document which contains controls such as text fields, password fields, checkboxes, radio buttons, submit buttons, menus, and etc. These are the tags that are used in the forms. We will see one by one. Form tag, it defines an HTML form to enter input by the user side. Input, it defines an input control. Text area, it defines a multiple line input control. And the label, it defines a label for an input element. Field set, it groups and the related elements in form. Legend, it defines a caption for the field set element. Select, it defines a drop down list. Option, it defines an option in a drop down list. And button, it defines a click button. So this is an example for the css. First we should in this example HTML and head tag is used. I used an internal CSS styling in this example. So I used style attribute inside the head. For body is a selector and the background color is the property and the light blue is a value. So the body should be in background color should be in light blue. So for next header, H for header color I changed to black and text alignment is center, and the font style should be in bold. It should be displayed in the bold and in the center of the display. And for the paragraph I used the font times, and the font size is 20 pixel and font style is italic. Then I closed the style and head, and I inserted an image. Now let us see what is the output of this. So this is the output for the CSS program. You can see background is in light blue, and the header CSS in web technology is in bold style and in the center of the display, and video assignment in the italic style, and this is in the image is inserted. So we will see the forms. So for creating a form we should use a form, and the first label, first is I given as input type as text and it should be in text format, and the second one is the last name, it is also in text format, and the third one is gender and it is in a radio buttons, and I created a checkboxes for hobby, uh, checkboxes for hobby, cricket, football and hockey. So we will see the output for this also. So for the form you can see the header is in form example and the background is in light yellow, and the first name and last name as I given text field, it is also in text type, and the gender I given in there is radio button, and this is we can say it is a radio button, and the hobbies I given there as checkboxes, and you can see in the output it is all in the checkboxes. In this way we can create the form in the HTML.